All right, living environment fanatics, why not Wednesday? Hey, why not? Day before the exam tomorrow. Looking forward to it. Yeah, and it's just time keeps rolling by. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got this test tomorrow, and then it's only like 6 weeks to the Regents, and it's crazy. So let's make the most of it, shall we? Let's do today. We're gonna take a quick survey of the animal kingdom. Okay. Da 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 do 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 do. Da 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 do do. All right. Da 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 do do do. Hey now. Da 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 do do. Mr. Kovacs class. It's Mr. Kovacs class. You might learn on time. It's Mr. Kovacs class.
It's interesting too.
It's Mr. Kovacs class.
And he's super cool.
It's Mr. Kovacs class. The animal kingdom. That's the kingdom we're in, right? We're eukaryotic organisms. You tell me, what are the 4 eukaryotic kingdoms? Wow, that's pretty good. I'm glad you remember. Animal kingdom is just one of them. And of course, to be an animal, you have to be eukaryotic. You need to be multicellular. You need to be a consumer. That is, you need to go around and eat food. And you ingest food, taking it from your environment, right? That's the animal kingdom, heterotrophs. Today, I'm going to take you on a tour of the animal kingdom and through the 9 main subgroups, which are called phyla or phylums, right? And we're going to do this really quick. So in just a few minutes, you're going to meet every animal on Earth. All right? Let's start with the simplest phylum, the phylum of poriferans, the sponges. Yeah, they're animals. They don't look like much, sticking out of the bottom of the sea, but they're eating animals, right? They are sessile, that is, they live attached to rocks, but they are still animals. I know that's the craziest looking animal I've ever seen. What happens is water enters into the pores of the sponge, travels through the canal, and then exits out a large hole at the top of the sponge. And en route, the little microbes that are in the water get eaten by the sponge. It's an animal. The second weird phylum is the cnidarians or cnidarians. The jellies, the anemones, the corals, the hydras. They usually have stinging cells and tentacles. They either come with their tentacles down, which we call medusa, or tentacles up, called a polyp. Coral reefs usually have corals, which are cnidarians. All right, let's see another weird group of animals are the platyhelminthes, the flatworms. This liver fluke is a flatworm. They have what's called bilateral symmetry. That means you can cut them in half and you get 2 equal sides. The first animals in the fossil record to have a distinct head region are the flatworms. Tapeworm is a flatworm. See, the second worm phylum is the nematodes, the roundworms. They're not segmented. They have smooth body surfaces. They're basically just a tube within a tube. Some of them are parasites, like this is trichinella that causes trichinosis, a disease you get from eating pork that has been undercooked. Nematodes do have a complete digestive system with a front end and a rear end, right? With an intestine that absorbs nutrients. How about the mollusks? The mollusks are the clams, the snails, the squids, the octopuses, right? If some of them have hard shells, all of them have soft bodies with no bones. They have what's called a foot. They breathe with gills. They breathe water. Squids and octopus do not have shells. Neither do slugs. There's an octopus, probably the most famous of all the mollusks. Look at that beauty, alien. Hey, our old friends, the annelids. We studied them back at the beginning of the season. Earthworms, sandworms, bristleworms, right? They're the segmented bodies, annelids. They have a closed circulatory system. We learned about that back in September. And earthworms, if you remember, have multiple hearts. They have a nervous system and a brain, or at least a neural ganglia. They have reproductive systems. They They're animals. Right? And they grow organs on the inside of what's called a column. A column. Now the most successful group of animals on Earth. That's right, the arthropods, especially the insects. Okay? Arthropod means literally jointed leg. Ticks are arthropods. I think of them as crunchy on the outside with their exoskeleton. Arthropods. They have developed sense organs. All of the insects are arthropods. Spiders are arthropods. Ticks and mites are arthropods. Centipedes, millipedes, scorpions, crabs, you name it, arthropods. The weirdest phylum, or one of the weirder phylums, is the echinoderms, because their symmetry is so messed up. Most organisms are symmetrical in just one plane. But these guys are what's called radial symmetric. They have symmetry in multiple planes. They have spines on their skin. There it is, radial symmetry. That is, you can cut this sea star in a bunch of different directions and you still wind up with two equal halves. Sea stars usually have 2 feet for locomotion. They've got a stomach, they've got an intestine, they've got a mouth. Yeah, they're consumers, they're animals. And then probably our most favorite phylum is the one we're in, the chordata. These are all the fishes, all the reptiles, all the amphibians, all the birds, and all of our mammal friends, chordates. To be a chordate, you have to have at least a spinal cord, sometimes even an internal skeleton with a backbone. There's 7 groups of chordates. The agnaths are the fishes without jaws. Lampreys are a good example. The chondrichthyes are the sharks and the rays. Right? They have cartilaginous skeletons, no bones. Osteichthyes are the bony fishes. That's most of the fishes you think of when you think of fish. Amphibians are animals that they breathe air as adults, but breathe water as infants. And then reptiles are air-breathing animals that have dry eggs. Okay, they make eggs. But eggs are amniotic, that is, they can survive outside of the water. And then the aves, or the birds, right, are the feathery ones. Those are our bird friends. They have, unlike reptiles, they're warm-blooded, but they also lay eggs. And then, of course, mammals are the furry ones. Well, somewhat furry. And the key with being a mammal is the mammary gland, right? All of these mammals have mammary glands where mom nurses their young with milk. There you have it, a wicked fast tutorial on all of the different phyla of animals, including the various classes of chordates. As a bonus, lucky you. Don't forget there's a test tomorrow. Maybe by then I'll get my voice back. You can tell I'm losing it today. But who knows? We'll see how it goes. Let's have a good Wednesday.